Hey guys, so I know I'm a little late here, and it's so far I've found, uh, well, okay, so I'm back, and also Space Wolves were announced last week, and well, not announced, but we're up for pre-order now. So Space Wolves are up for pre-order now. So I think I finally figured out how the problem with my computer for right now, and so I think you'll enjoy it. Uh, Believe me, I've cranked up the volume on my mic as best I can because I know a lot of people have complained that they can barely hear me. So it's like I'm just trying to make sure that you might be able to hear me. I just do not like to have to do extra takes. Okay. So what has happened is that uh, the Space Wolf preview. So basically, for the next coming out, so like for so far, what's currently happening this week is that Space Wolves and Death Watch are going to be coming out. Are going to be start going up for pre-order this weekend, and which is also going to be Warhammer Day. So happy Warhammer Day, which is also going to be Halloween, and a lot of people are going to be in their Warhammer costumes. So what I am trying to do is, um, I'm trying basically what I'm going to be doing, like I usually do when it comes to things like this, and is that I'm going to be doing the Space Wolves review thing. Space Wolves review. So basically, right now, we know that space. So right now, we know that all the data sheets and all this stuff. I know a lot of people were not very happy with what was what with what was released because it's like I know a lot of data sheets got kicked in the teeth, as some people would say, or as most people would say. But you gotta learn how to make lemons out of lemonade, or promethium into miad. Sorry. Okay, so let's see here. I got the index of Astartes up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the Wolftime go through the preview for the of the new rules, because we've all gone over the ninth edition, the index rules, because like we have to remember, the index rules were designed to tie us over until our codex released, which is also give us a good preview of what is to come. So, shall we begin? Let me just switch us over to the. Aha, it worked. Okay, the wolf time beckons. New Space Wolves rules. Alright, so the Space Wolves are a fierce warrior brotherhood of legendary warrior heroes, each vying to earn a saga that will grant them immortality in the tales told by the skulls of their chapter. Their next Codex supplement will be available to pre-order this Saturday, and today we're looking at some of the stratagems and relics that are included. And of course, we all know the famous book cover. Now, a lot of people don't realize. Now, I bet some new players don't realize this was back from 7th edition, back from the Sanctus Reach campaign, known as the Hour of the Wolf. So let's see, Sons of Russ. Okay, so we all know that in the Codex Space Marines. Hold on. Ah, let's see. We get, because I know it's already in here. It's all right. Yeah, it's our chapter tactic. So our chapter tactic is like this. Each time a model is with this tactic, basically it's you add 1 to your hit rolls when attacking, and also you get to perform, and also all units get to perform heroic interventions. Anything that has the basically every eligible unit. So basically, you can't have your servitors and your Fenrisian wolves can't have the Hunter's Unleashed ability, which is kind of ridiculous. But if you have the Assault Doctrine active, you get Savage Fury, which is that, which is like while the Assault Doctrine is active, each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack. On modified hit rolls of 6, scores 1 additional hit. Excellent for Touch of the Wild with characters. Now what they're doing is that they're introducing they basically are correcting what they did with the last Codex Space Wolves thing, because it's like what happened was like, to those who don't remember, what happened is that they had the Space Wolves Warlord traits FAQ'd like immediately after immediately before the book released, because they wanted to make the Warlord traits a little more fluffy. So what they did is that they added Deeds of Legend to the thing. So it's like, if you complete a Deed of Legend, what ends up happening is that your Warlord trait becomes an aura ability. So let's see here. Wolfkin. No, this is the Warlord trait Wolfkin. Now like it says here, for the purposes of its so if you have a Warlord, so for the purposes of Shock Assault ability, this Warlord is always treated as having made a charge move and make D3 additional attacks instead of 1 as a result of that ability. So basically you get D3 attacks on the charge, and you're always counted as having charged, meaning that if someone charges you, if someone charges your Warlord, then what ends up happening is that he gets to make D3 additional attacks. And what ends up happening is that it's kind of like with the it's kind of like with what am I thinking? The Wolfen. Wolfen get that ability where they can actually turn where they're considered charging, and also they're always in Assault Doctrine. So, and then what happens is, like, you have the saga, Wolfkin Saga, Deed of the Wolfkin. So if you kill so it used to be like, I think you had to kill, like, in the old codex, you had to kill like 5 models to get the deed to go off. The thing is, I think what GW is like, so okay, you know what? A lot of players are not using a lot of the other sagas, because the other sagas are not that good. Because the other sagas were not that good. So also to get them for their saga ability to go off, basically you either never could get the saga ability to go off, or something resulted in the deed not being able to, like, okay, I think Saga of Majesty, you had to be able to kill the enemy. Your Warlord had to kill the enemy Warlord in order to get that saga ability to go off. And now, but with Saga of the Wolf, when Saga of the Wolfkin is active, it turns into an aura ability. And so basically, it doesn't give your units an additional D3 attacks they're considered always charging. But what it does is that they're always considered to be charging, meaning that they get Shock Assault even when they're locked in combat, and also when they're charged as well. So it's very good. Now we have a thing here called from way back in 7th called Black Death. I basically had that in 8th edition, but this Black Death is a little different. Now I've heard a lot of people, they were complaining about this one. What it was is that it's that they don't like that. Oh, it's D6 additional attacks with this weapon. So it's like, oh, let me just give Saga of the Wolfkin to my Wolflord, and let him use the Teeth of Terra ability, Teeth of Terra relic. But it's like, you know what? Black Death is not that bad. And because Teeth of Terra is a +1 strength weapon with, sure, it has 2 damage. But here's the thing I've been thinking about. If you keep trying to make it so that, okay, all the weapons are damage 2, then that basically means that what was the point of increasing the wounds of Space Marines? Like, oh, I want to have 2 damage. I wanted to have 2 damage, and it's like, it's good to have 1 damage weapons because it gives your units a fighting chance. Sorry, I just gotta be careful. Loose. So it's like, okay, sure, it's 1 damage, but you can make an additional D6 attacks, and you already have a boatload of attacks. So as it is, and it's a relic, so you're dealing with like 5 wounds. So you're dealing with like 5 attacks, 6 with exploding sixes, giving you additional hits. There's a lot there, so you just gotta be careful. You just have to know how to use it right. And it's like everyone thinks that this is like, oh, these are all garbage, and no, it's not garbage. This is very good. This is very good stuff here. Let's see here. Now, this is I'm a little annoyed. I know I can understand why it is annoying players. Frost weapons. So basically, frost weapons have now been reduced to a special issue war gear upgrade. Like special issue war gear was like it's like a relic. So meaning that your lightning claws, so basically what they've done is they've gotten rid of wolf claws, but they've made it so that wolf claws can be turned into a relic. So for characters, so frost weapons used to be like, okay, if you have a wolf guard squat pack leader, or a wolf guard, or just a unit of wolf guard, they could take frost axes. And frost blades, and frost swords. But now they've made it so that frost weapons can only be used by characters as relics. And it's probably that it's like, okay, you can only have like you can only have one relic. You can only pull like one relic. Or actually, no, it might not be that. I'm gonna have to hold on, because I know that what has happened is that they try. I think they're trying to make it so that they're limiting the amount of relics that you're deploying with. And I'm gonna let's see. Okay. Note that some relics replace one of the model's existing items if your army is led. Let's see. Relics in a duplicate model from your army. Name the characters. Get vehicles. When a model from your army is given a chapter relic, replace all instances. No, wait. Hold on. It's probably in the stratagems. They did it with stratagems back before. Speaking of, and also honorifics, when Space Wolves are not going to get honorific. Space Wolves are not going to be using the Space Marine Codex honorifics. It basically says that in here, but what we will be getting is our own stuff. Crusade relics, no. Crusade army, where? And I overshot it. Ugh. Should be in the army rules. Warlord traits. Here we are. Let's see here. I'm still holding out hope that the stratagem that there's going to be a stratagem for the Hellfrost weapons. From content, you want might, rapid fire. Here we are. Relics of the chapter. Requisition. Use a stratagem before the battle. You are mustering your army. If your warlord has the Adeptus Custodes keyword, select one Adeptus Custodes character from your army and give them one chapter relic. Each relic in your army must be unique, and you cannot use a stratagem to give a model 2 relics. You can only use the stratagem once, unless you are playing a strike force battle or an onslaught battle. Huh. Okay, so yeah, you can only use 2. Yeah, of course, but it's like frost web turning it into it because it's like, all right, let's just go for this. It says here, when you give a model this relic, select one of the following weapons that model is equipped with: lightning claws, lightning claw, mastercrafted power axe, mastercrafted power sword, power axe, power sword, and what you do is you add 1 to the strength and damage characteristic of that weapon. But if you're wielding 2 lightning claws and you apply that, then you add, then basically it's +1, +2 strength and damage to the lightning claws. That weapon or weapons, if the model is equipped with 2 lightning claws, is considered to be a chapter relic. And here are a couple of new stratagems. Warriors of Legend. Basically, what you can do is that you can give us another warlord trait to another unit, to another character. Just can't be named character. I know a lot of people got. I know this is like the big one that a lot of players hate. It's a one command. It costs 1 command point. Healing Balms. Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select 1 Space Wolf infantry, biker, or cavalry model from your army within 3 inches of a friendly Space Wolf priest to be healed. That model regains up to D3 lost wounds. Each model can only be healed once per turn. So, it's a tough one. It really is a tough one because it's one command point, and it's basically it's basically like an apothecary, but it's not that. But it's like just making a stratagem was a little rough. I don't know. Let's see. And this is the new unit that they've talked about, the Hounds of Mordecai. Now, the Hounds of Mordecai are just Reavers. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Reavers, and also, this is actually pretty good if you're fighting against Psychers, and you have to really know that your opponent is going to bring Psychers to the fight. Hounds of Mordecai. It's a 5-man to a 10-man unit. They basically have Reaver skills. I thought the special issue bolt pistol was just like something bigger, but it's actually decent. AP -2, 1 damage, sure. But it's the rules that are pretty good. Hunters Beyond Death. Models in this unit ignore the Lookout Sir rule if the target is a psyker. So basically what you can do is you can take the psychic abilities, and so basically when targeting a psyker, when shoot it with either shooting or attacking with close combat weapons, you're basically hitting on 2s. And the damage characteristic becomes 2. Runic Totems. It means that if if you're a psyker is targeting the hounds, then what ends up happening is that you can't target them with psychic powers unless they're the closest unit, and they have to have but they also get a 4+ feel no pain. And Mordecai's Howl, it's good. So while an enemy psyker it was within 18 inches of this unit, I can subtract 1 from psychic tests taken for it, while the psyker unit is within 6 inches of the unit. And so I can subtract an additional 1 from the psychic test taken from it. So basically, if I'm within 6 inches, it's a 2. So basically, if it's within 6 inches, it's a 2. But here's the thing. They're Reavers. They have Phobos armor, though. So let's take a look-see. There's the stratagems. Hang on. The thing is that you can use a lot of these stratagems. You can use a lot of these stratagems pretty well. Let's see here. Terror troops. Yeah, you can give them the terror abilities. So you can disrupt enemy units trying to take objectives. And guerrilla tactics, you can basically make them disappear in the middle during the movement phase, and put them into strategic reserve for the next turn. Let's see. And that's it. They're going to be talking about the Crusade rules. They're going to be talking about the Space Wolves Crusade rules, I think, tomorrow, because they announced today the rules for the Death Watch. So we'll likely see. So it's a high chance that we'll see those. So see the Crusade rules for the Space Wolves tomorrow. Now let's go over to the Space Wolves rules from the Index. These are a lot of these. So basically, not very much here. Knowledge of the foe, countercharge, death grip bite, touch of the wild, crushing assault. Sure, that's not going to affect a lot of the stuff that we've seen right now, but it is pretty good. Let's see. Relics of the Fang, Talisman of Storms, Master-crafted weapon, digital weapons. Maybe. Just maybe. I'm thinking of something. It's just that the whole thing with special issue war gear, and it's like, but it's also going to be considered a relic of the chapter, so it's not going to be, so basically, But there are ways that this can go. This can go pretty well, and I think people are gonna. It's like it'll take us time. We're gonna have to really look into it on how our army is going to function around these new rules. So what we'll do is that when the book comes out, I'll try to see if I can do a live thing. So far I've been able to go 21 minutes into this video, and I've been able to, and my computer has not crashed, so I'm happy on that front. But I think that we're doing a good job here. I think the Wolves are going to be doing a good job. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try when the what am I thinking? When the video comes out, I mean not the video. When the Crusade rules come out, I'll make a video on those, and then we'll go over them. But anyway, I will try. But like again, I will try to see if I can get a video, if I can get a live video, a live stream going for the release day, and we'll see what we can do there. But anyway, I hope this was informative. I hope it was happy hunting, and I hope you all could hear me okay. And I hope I'm not too loud. So I was like, just give me some heads up. But I hope you all had a good one, and I hope you're all safe and doing fine. And I'll catch you all. Tomorrow, if possible, or Friday. Although Friday is going to be a little interesting day for me. But hey, have a good one.